we have an update on a potential new signing for AEW, and could Sasha Banks be said to join the Bullet Club? But first, let's get to the quickfire headlines, as this past Saturday night, UFC would hold their latest pay-per-view, which featured a fight between Paddy Pimblett and Jared Gordon. In attendance at the event was AEW World Champion MJF, who was there to watch Paddy the Baddie, who he's been going back and forth with online in recent weeks. Max would be highlighted on the pay-per-view feed, although in the end there was zero interaction with his online rival. Paddy would then end up winning in controversial fashion, defeating his opponent via an extremely questionable judge's decision, before MJF addressed the controversy online, and he would say, "What a joke. Paddy lost that fight and you know it. He ran away from me like a punk bitch too." Paddy has yet to respond publicly to MJF's appearance, despite both men teasing a face-off on the AEW London show, which takes place next year. According to Fightful Select, multiple WWE superstars were in Los Angeles last week, seemingly filming promotional content for the upcoming WWE 2K23 video game. Cody Rhodes, The Miz, Johnny Gargano, Rey and Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Bianca Belair were at the shoot, somewhat confirming their spot on the roster of the upcoming game. Most significantly, this confirms Cody Rhodes' return to the WWE game franchise, and he hasn't appeared in the series since 2K16 under the Stardust persona. All of the other names involved were in 2K22. And speaking of Cody Rhodes, who is currently out injured after undergoing surgery to repair a torn pectoral muscle, WWE expects the American Nightmare to be back in the ring for WrestleMania, something which is said to have never been in doubt, this according to Fightful Select. There was no mention on when he will return to the company, although fans are anticipating a potential appearance in the Men's Royal Rumble match in January. AEW star Dustin Rhodes has been in the wrestling business for 35 years, having worked for NWA, WCW, WWE and TNA, as well as his current employer AEW. Speaking with Busted Open Radio last week, Rhodes would reveal that his in-ring days are coming to an end, with him having a date in mind for when he's going to hang up his boots, and Dustin would say, "I made the decision the end of July, my contract is up and I'm going to be done in ring, or at least tone way down. I don't know if that's going to be it, because when we say we're retiring, we always come back and you never say never, but that's what I'm looking for, an end date for my in-ring wrestling career." A clip of William Regal from an October live show with Inside the Ropes would surface this weekend, where he discussed his move from WWE to AEW. Regal, who was set to go the other way in the new year, would reveal that at one point he was being paid by both AEW and WWE, and he would say, "Mr. McMahon was very good to me, to the point of, I will say this because whatever he's going through, he was excellent to me. I had a talent contract as well as an employee contract, and it didn't run out until the end of April because I played William Regal. I started for AEW on the 7th of March. I didn't call anybody else, I sent a message straight to the boss. Hey boss, I've got this thing with Brian. And he loves Brian as well. Absolutely, you go. And still paid me until the end of my talent contract. I was the only person who ever got paid by both companies at the same time." And speaking of William Regal, as mentioned, he is set to leave AEW to return to WWE in a backstage role, and now his new position has been revealed. According to PW Insider, Regal is set to become a vice president of WWE, with the report noting, WWE sources have confirmed William Regal has officially come to terms on his new position with the company and will start the first week of January. We are told Regal will have a vice president position in the company when he returns, but we have not heard what his official title/role will be. New Japan Pro Wrestling are currently in the midst of hosting the 2022 editions of the World Tag League and the Super Junior Tag League tournaments, with both now reaching the final stage. On December 14th, Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi will take on the United Empire's Aussie Open in the World Tag League finals. This after both of them finished joint top of the 10-team block with 14 points each. As for the Super Junior Tag League, Impact Wrestling and Bullet Club's Ace Austin and Chris Bay will meet Yo and Leo Rush in the final, again after both teams finished with 14 points each in the block stage. Last night, WWE producer Jamie Noble would compete on a live event in his home state of West Virginia, and the contest was billed as Noble's last match. He would team with Braun Strowman, Butch and Ridge Holland to defeat the Bloodline's Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. Noble hadn't wrestled a match since June 2015, where he was part of JJ Security with Joey Mercury, who he teamed with to defeat Seth Rollins in a handicap match on Raw. After last night's night's show, it was noted by Fightful Select that similar special appearances and things that wouldn't usually happen on television are on the table for future live events under the current regime. On Saturday night during the ROH Final Battle show, Rush would team up with Dralistico to take on Blake Christian and AR Fox in tag team action. The match would come to a sudden end after Fox pinned Dralistico, who appeared to have kicked out. The botched finish led to a post-match beatdown on the winners to get their heat back that saw some brutal chair shots to the head, with Rush also taking out the referee. Jose the assistant has taken to Twitter to confirm that his team have now been suspended, with the botch now seemingly being used as part of the angle, and he would say, "Rush assaulted a referee. We got fined money for using chairs. We've been suspended for a week by AEW. Preston didn't get too involved and isn't suspended. You can't fool the fans, they know the match ending was bullshit." In a fresh report from WrestlingNews.co, somebody familiar with the creative for the upcoming WrestleMania 39 event in Los Angeles has confirmed that the current plan is to pit Brock Lesnar against Gunther in singles action in what will be a hard-hitting slugfest to say the least. Gunther has previously named Lesnar as his dream opponent, with him now getting his wish. Triple H is said to be high on the Austrian and is said to have saved him from a burial at the hands of Vince McMahon, with him having different ideas for the former NXT UK champion. NXT star Cameron Grimes is expected to join the main roster by most people involved in the black and gold brand. WWE staff believe that Grimes is a natural fit, with one source noting that he has television experience with Impact in NXT for close to 5 years and has great familiarity with producer Shane Helms, who works on Raw and SmackDown. Another name pitched for a call-up was Von Wagner, and whilst this isn't guaranteed, he has appeared on Main Event recently, with this being a way for NXT talent to be looked at outside of the Performance Center crowd and environment to see how they connect with the main roster audience. And next we have an update on a potential new signing for AEW. This past Friday on AEW Rampage, former NXT Tag Team Champion Trent Seven would make his All Elite Wrestling debut when he was revealed as the challenger for Orange Cassidy's All Atlantic title, handpicked by fellow Englishman Kip Sabian. He could then be seen sat at ringside during the ROH Pure Championship match between Daniel Garcia and new champion Wheeler Yuta the next night, this at Final Battle, leading to questions on if Seven was now officially part of the AEW or ROH roster. Speaking at the post-show media scrum, ROH and AEW's Tony Khan would discuss Trent's situation, revealing that he could appear on television for him again, and Khan would note, "He's been in Texas, he obviously wrestled on AEW Rampage last night. He's came and done really nice, so he's been here for appearance. He competed last night and was watching the show very keenly. He could be a good opponent for any champions in Ring of Honor. He was great in the championship match last night, great show last night." With Ring of Honor now having its own weekly show on Honor Club, there is room for more talent on the roster on top of the AEW talent that are set to become exclusive to the ROH brand. Trent Seven has been a free agent since his WWE release back in August and has vast experience on the UK independents, having held the Progress Atlas and the ICW World Championship. And before we get to the rest of the video, we're hoping to get to 40,000 subscribers before Christmas, so if you regularly watch the videos and you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to Wrestle Planet and turn notifications on so you stay up to date with the latest news from the pro wrestling world. And next up, could Sasha Banks be set to join the Bullet Club? Mercedes Varnado, formerly known as Sasha Banks, has been the talk of the wrestling world over the past few days after several reports revealed that she is set to be in attendance at New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest show, Wrestle Kingdom, on January 4th, 2023. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, the contract isn't officially signed, but terms have been agreed for Mercedes to work multiple matches next year after debuting in the Tokyo Dome. Speaking in an interview with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful this week, Bullet Club leader Jay White would be asked about rumours of Banks heading to New Japan, and whilst he wasn't aware of the speculation, he gave his thoughts on the potential move, and he would say, "She's a great star, big star. That would be another big thing that happened then, I guess. Everyone is wanting to come over and return to Wrestle Kingdom, led by the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, huh? You got Kenny Omega finally returning, maybe Sasha Banks, Kairi coming back as well. I guess that would be cool. I haven't met the woman myself, but if I do, I'll say hello." Jay would then be asked for his thoughts on Varnado potentially joining the Bullet Club, with him adding, "I think she would make a great Bullet Club member, hence why I said I would say hello." According to Wrestling Inc., Mercedes is said to currently be a free agent after receiving her release from WWE back in June, with the belief being that she has a non-compete clause until the new year, preventing her from appearing in another wrestling promotion until then. As for a potential spot in the Bullet Club, the group do need an active member in the New Japan's women's division, and her defiant attitude would no doubt be the perfect fit for the rebellious faction, although for now any talk of this happening is mere fantasy booking. But what do you make of Mercedes Varnado potentially joining the Bullet Club? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 upcoming wrestling free agents that you need to know.